So we, a window repairman, we do get a lot of people phoning us, especially this colder time of year, and there'll be condensation on the window. Here we're at our house, and this being an old house, we haven't had the issue with the condensation because it's not airtight. But a lot of the newer houses, the condensation actually comes about because A, the humidity is in the house. When the winter comes, you're not opening the windows as much. You're opening the door, shut it as quick as you can. So humidity creeps up. If you've got a humidifier on the furnace and the temperature swings, then you've got to, if it's not automatic, like tied into your smart thermostat, then you may have to go down and adjust the humidifier humidistat settings depending on the outside temperature. Other things that we see a lot of is the builders. Builders are lazy. Most windows they'll caulk the sides because you can see them of the trim, but they'll leave the bottom because they're lazy. We've done this, but here, so that might look complete to you, but here we can see how we can get a business card in here. Cold air is coming through there. You can feel it streaming through. And it might sound trivial, but if you actually understand how a house is built, the envelope to allow cold air to come in through the walls, and then the theory is it migrates up through the inside of the wall, through the attic, just to stop any mold or mildew forming with inside the wall. So on the inside, you've got to try and stop that cold air from infiltrating. So the trim is one thing, like hardwood. Here, we had quite a bit of a gap, but we've actually filled this because it's an old house with old flooring. We've just used black silicone across the bottom. Now, silicone we like to use. We like this big stretch. We found it at Home Hardware. There's a few other places that do it. This stuff, it cleans up really easily, and but when it dries, it stretches really well. So here, this window, we're just gonna actually just run a little bead of caulk in. Just it doesn't need to be much, just to get it inside here, and then just try and get the screw out that I put in at the end. So you don't need much, just the latex caulk will do, but we prefer the big stretch. So you're literally going to run a little bead along there. That's greyish at the moment, but when it dries black. It's actually pretty damn good, this stuff. So we're going to just run that to the end. We're just doing this with no fluff or filler, we're not editing this. So when you've got that, you run a bead, just take your finger and then just take off the excess using a bit of a paper towel. Run that all the way to the end. We like to use a business card. A business card is super thin but pretty rigid, and you can actually sense if there's a gap. If there's a gap, just fill the gaps. Yeah, if it's white, use white. Here with brown, we could have used brown, but there's so much black in with the thing. Once that dries, that actually just looks like shade. And cloth, you can use a sponge. You don't actually need. I don't need to do it on this one because I'm not too worried about it. But and that is pretty much completely sealed. The air that was blowing through there. I'm going to do these sides as well, but that's as simple. And then same with if you put hardwood in, you can end up just with a cold air breeze is coming all the way up, and you can think it's your windows, and it's not your windows. It's the cold air that's inside the room. You don't need to change your windows. You need to look for any gaps in the trim, any gaps, and that's where the cold air is coming. You've just got to stop it from coming in. Yeah, builder grade windows aren't the best, but a lot of the time these issues, because the builders are too lazy to caulk the bottom of the trim and the top of the trim, they'll ignore that as well. Give it a go. It's pretty simple.